Love never announced itself the night it found Ethan Miller. It didn't arrive with music or fireworks or perfectly timed words. It arrived on a rainy Tuesday evening in Portland, Oregon, when Ethan was already convinced that love had passed him by. At 36, divorced and emotionally exhausted, Ethan had stopped believing in surprises. He worked long hours as a city bus driver, lived alone in a small apartment that always smelled faintly of coffee, and spent most evenings eating takeout in silence while old sitcoms played in the background. His life wasn't terrible, but it was empty in a way that slowly wears you down. Ethan used to believe in love. Once, he had married his college sweetheart, built plans, imagined kids, imagined growing old together. But people change and sometimes love doesn't grow in the same direction. When his marriage ended, it didn't explode. It simply faded. And fading somehow hurt more. Since then, Ethan built walls, convincing himself that stability was enough, that routine was safer than hope. That rainy Tuesday, his bus route was unusually quiet. The city lights reflected off wet streets, blurring into long golden streaks. At the third-to-last stop, a woman boarded the bus carrying a cardboard box filled with books. She looked flustered, her dark hair pulled into a loose bun, rain clinging to her coat. As she struggled to keep the box from tipping, Ethan stood up from his seat and helped steady it. "Careful," he said gently. "Those look important." She smiled, relieved. "They are. Or at least they were to someone once." Her name was Clara. She had just moved to Portland after her mother passed away, bringing with her boxes of memories and unanswered questions. She was 32, a former art teacher who hadn't painted anything in over a year. Grief had drained her of color, and she didn't know who she was without the woman who raised her. They didn't exchange phone numbers. They didn't flirt. They barely spoke beyond a few polite sentences. But something lingered, an awareness, a warmth neither could explain. Over the next few weeks, Clara began taking Ethan's bus regularly. Always the same time. Always the same seat. Slowly conversations grew. About the weather. About books. About how strange it feels to start over when you didn't ask to. Ethan learned that Clara loved old bookstores and believed that places could remember people. Clara learned that Ethan once wanted to be a writer, but chose a safer path instead. Both of them were careful. Too careful. Pain had taught them that hope comes with risk. One evening, the bus broke down near a small neighborhood library. Passengers were annoyed, restless, eager to leave. Clara stayed behind, sitting quietly on the steps outside. Ethan joined her while waiting for assistance. The rain had stopped, leaving the air clean and cool. "You ever feel like life pauses you without asking?"